Hello, now we're back. This time we will create the plunger rod of our design. So in this case, let us simply create a new part. So click on Part Design, Standard, grams, and click Create New. Again, we will apply the revolving feature. So click on Create Sketch and click on the right, on the XY plane. Okay, this time we will draw our rubber piston using lines. So click on line, and this allows us to draw lines, essentially. Create any polygon of any shape. In this case, let us sketch what the plunger might have looked like. So in this case, click on line. We will select the y-axis and we will draw a slanted line. Then we will go upward to the x-axis, go inward, down, back here. Oh, in case that happens, you can click escape to exit the tool. So I will click line again and continue from this point. So click on this point, I'll go right, down, back to the y-axis, and all the way down. So you want to make a shape similar to this. Then of course, the next part is that we will give it dimensions. So the total height of this will be 7.5 mm. There we go. So notice that this is not constrained to the origin. So we want it to be more constrained. So to do that, we can select again horizontal vertical and click on a point and the origin. Again, click on a point and the origin. And now our plunger is constrained to the center, as seen by these two lines which are now color white, and which now we cannot move because it is completely constrained. Now, we will set these dimensions to be the same as the plunger earlier. So let's go to the plunger rod. So in case you have forgotten the dimensions, we can actually measure them in the 3D space. So if we go to the middle top, click on measure, and I will measure the height of this. In this case, that is 1 mm. Okay, perfect. I will go back over here and measure this to here. So measure, and this distance is 0.5 mm. Okay. So dimension, letter D, or the top left, this will be 0.5. Okay. Then the height will be the same. In this case, we'll set it to an equal constraint. This one and this one. And set the dimension to be 1 mm. Okay. Lastly, we have to set the diameter. So I'll go back to plunger rod and I will measure the bottom part. In this case, as you can notice, there's no dimension that appears. So we look on the right and it says it has a radius of 6.5 or a diameter of 13. So in this case, the diameter will be 13 with a radius of 6.5. So I'll type 6.5 over here. And now, there we go. This part is now expected to perfectly fit on this plunger. So lastly, I'll set the dimensions of this section. So we want the outer diameter of our plunger to be the same as the barrel. So in this case, it's 13.8. So a cool thing you can do in Fusion, if you don't want to do math, we can actually type 13.8 divided by 2. Then it will automatically calculate. In this case, it is 6.9 mm. Then lastly, for the bottom part, we're gonna give it an angle. So an ideal angle in this case is that we select dimension, we select our first line and our second line. And now it will give us an angle constraint. In this case, a good angle will be around 20. And there we go. We now have a sketch which is fully constrained. We will now simply do a revolution. So click on Finish Sketch and we will revolve our rubber piston around the y-axis. And click on OK. Yay! So now, let us proceed to assembling our parts.